Greetings, brothers and sisters, and also my enemies. Welcome to another episode of Pimpin' Preachers. Yes, the big mouth is back on air, so everybody have a seat and listen. And if you don't want to listen, you know what you can do. You can turn it to the next page. But my topic today is about the incident that happened at James T. Vaughn, Delaware Correctional Facility in Smyrna, Delaware. And I want to talk representing the inmates because we're hearing a lot on the media about this so-called prison guard. I want to bring it home to you. Now, this brother may have been right when he was home, but when he went behind them prison walls, he wasn't a good brother. He was doing just like all the rest of those prison guards that are bigots, prejudiced men, waiting to get to the job so they can put on their mustard uniforms and beat up on prisoners. Yes, that's what they do in there. So anybody who think different of them, before you say anything about an inmate, you got to know what's going on inside that prison. I also want to say, because I got a few calls today, I want everybody to know that they uh, allowed the inmates at Vaughn to take a shower today, and also was able to get on the phone. And a couple of the brothers wanted me to relay to Derek Johnson that they appreciate you down there, brother, and said that they heard you. I believe it was on the radio, or it may have been on one of the newscasters' um, channels. I don't know. They just said to let you know, man, they thank you for speaking up about them. And even though the person didn't want you to talk, you got some words across and they heard them. I also want to speak on the behalf of the inmates. Listen, brothers and sisters, taxpayers, these inmates have the right to education, to programs, because Delaware says that when you're incarcerated, before you leave incarceration, you will be offered rehabilitation. That takes education, programs. That's what these brothers asked for. These brothers didn't ask for a car, a boat, a plane, a jet. They didn't ask for nothing to take them out of uh, T. Vaughn. Nothing. All they said, they wanted humane treatment. They wanted people to treat them humane. That means treat them better than you was treating them. You was treating them like they wasn't human. Those inmates said they wanted to know where is the money to implement the programs to rehabilitate them. And they wasn't asking for nothing more, nothing less. That's the least that they should be able to get out of the taxpayers' money that is implemented for that purpose. Now, let's talk about the treatment. They said we tired of the prison guards' inhumane treatment that they afflict on them. They not lying. I've been in there, I seen what they do. They call this thing called mustard. Once mustard's called, these goons, these bigots with black suits and electric shields come in and shock people to the ground. And after they shock them to the ground, they shackle them and then they slam them up into walls and carrying on. This is what they do. This is what the prison guards do. And I'm telling you people, this prison guard that they upholding, he ain't no better than the rest of them. He was in there doing the same thing. He was doing the same thing. Now, I don't care what he did at home, but I care about what he was doing when he was behind them bars, behind them walls, acting like a bigot, like a prejudiced black man. He may have been black in skin, but he was stinking white. And if them inmates got hold of him, believe you can trust and believe. Them inmates didn't just pick him to be picking him. They picked that guard because that guard knew what he was in there doing to those inmates. He knew it. And I can say this. If you just like mildly, you ain't even gotta be excellent, just be mildly respectful for them inmates, they ain't gonna do nothing like that to you. They ain't gonna do nothing like that to you because they'll respect you if you real. But if you like they always got to write you up and all of that, them inmates get tired of that because it never gets addressed. It never gets to the grievance board because the lieutenants, they take it and they try to handle it before it goes higher up. They open mail, they open legal mail, they open incoming mail, outcoming mail. They're not supposed to do that. They're not. And this is the kind of behavior that the warden allows, that the commissioner allows, and the governor allows. Because all of them know what's going on before it happens. Now all of a sudden, oh, we need to look into this. We need to investigate it so it'll never happen again. No, governor. No. You need to listen to what these inmates are saying. Because if you don't, it's going to happen again and again and again. Because these inmates are tired. They're tired. And I don't care how people feel about, oh, he's so nasty. Look how he talk about that prison guard. Well, look how the prison guard's talking about them inmates. Listen, us as families of inmates, we got to take care of them. Whether or not they out of incarceration or they incarcerated, we got to take care of them. We got to take care of their medical expenses. We got to take care of their housing as far as their clothing goes. We got to take care, make sure they eating. Because let me tell you something. The prison, those prejudiced bigots, they ain't doing nothing for inmates. They want inmates to die. And they not dying because they survivors. You know what's tearing down our communities? These so-called judicial systems, these no good judges that's in there. That's a bunch of prejudiced white men. And some of them that's in there that's black, they think white, so they prejudiced too. It's a bunch of foolishness going on in Delaware, and it needs to be investigated by the federal government, by the United States Justice Division. The United States of America's Justice Division needs to investigate Delaware because Delaware's judicial system is broken. It's broken. We want an investigation. And the only way we're going to get it is we got to speak up for them inmates that's sitting in there being killed, committing suicide, being hurt by the system. All of them in there is not guilty of the crime. They're just guilty by association. Help us to help them because we definitely are footing the bill. Thank you for listening. Comment. I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm a big boy. I can take it. But remember, if you comment on my page, I will comment back. So, with that being said, see you on the next episode of Pimpin' Preachers. God bless you, and I will pray for you, and may God bless you, and especially you. See ya.